Hey, how y'all doing? It is 3 a.m. here, and this is the perfect timing to start attacking Iran. Of course, luckily I was awake for you to say hi to y'all. Let's see what's going on. By the way, apparently today is the Shah of Iran's birthday. Happy birthday, Your Majesty. Just randomly open. Let me see what's going on. I have to say, hi. What can I say? Y'all doing? I guess most Israelis will be asleep right now. I would have been too. I don't know why I'm awake. I've been editing a video about the United States, the American Empire and stuff. To be honest, the more I study, the more I have to remind myself that America sucks, but it doesn't suck as much as others suck. So proportions, At least they are not actively participating in any genocides. Anyway, yeah, and the fact that, with this attack with Iran, people are saying, okay, there was the Pentagon was leaking, everything's gonna happen. It says that some of the targets that Israel wanted to take, the Americans had stopped them from taking. Here in the White House, the United States does not participate in this operation. I mean, I'm sorry. I just cannot. I cannot. It's like, this is something, the United States is the one that put the Ayatollahs in charge. Why are they part of that evil axis now? And at least they're not actively participating, but seriously, I'm sorry, this is random photo. I don't know why, this drives me insane, what the fuck? Seriously. Anyway, let's see what's going on. I don't think I'm surprised if anybody's gonna be here, so, I guess there are a few. Hi guys, how are you doing? But yeah. Can you guys hear me? Is everything good with that? Iran does not want to get into war with Israel. Yeah, also the Nazis did not want to get into war with Jews. They just wanted them to die quietly. What is this stupid comments? Come on. Why are people so idiotic? Yeah. Okay. Hello. Okay, you can hear me. It seems like there is a delay. Yo, hi from Canada. Biden is too senile and Kamala is getting her ass handed to her. US won't care till after the election result. I mean, won't care. What do you mean by won't care? We have hundreds of aircraft, air vessels, airplanes are participating in this operation that is 1,600 kilometers away. Just let me show you what I'm reading. Here, this is what the Dover Tzahal had to say. Just hear him.
לילה טוב ושבת שלום. אני מבקש לעדכן אתכם בשעת לילה מאוחרת זו, כי צה"ל תוקף כעת
Wait, is Saturday? Wait, are they attacking on Saturday? After all this time, I guess they couldn't. It's funny. Okay, so they ended up attacking on Friday night. I don't know why. There are so many holidays right now, right after another. I was like, okay, so maybe it's Saturday night and they've waited for the holidays to finish. But I was like, no, it's actually Friday. It's still holidays.
באופן מדויק מטרות צבאיות באיראן.
So Israel is attacking with a precision military targets in Iran. Okay. Which I guess means that's not nukes. I mean, nuclear facilities are not military targets too, but the truth is, I believe that the situation with the nuclear facilities in Iran is that it is so, at this point, it is so deep underground that it would be a very, very difficult operation to manage, you know. And the other option, of course, was the oil facilities, the energy facilities of Iran, making sure that they'll get suffocated economy-wise. But both the nukes and the oil was put off the table by the ayatollahs of the United States. So let's see what we're getting.
לילה טוב ושבת שלום.
Yeah, why am I here on Friday night? I'm seriously, that's not cool.
אני מבקש לעדכן אתכם בשעת לילה מאוחרת זו, כי צה"ל תוקף כעת באופן מדויק מטרות צבאיות באיראן. זאת בתגובה להתקפות המתמשכות של המשטר באיראן לעבר מדינת ישראל בחודשים האחרונים.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, it's not, I really hope, let me see what it is. I mean, I guess it's gonna take time. But they've been attacking us like hell. Like, they didn't care who they're hitting when they were attacking us here. So it's so idiotic to me that we have, like, they have this permission, the Iranians get the Americans are like, yeah, attack, feel free, just make sure, like, what? Nothing, basically. And we have to play by the American game. That's allies.
ובהתאם להנחיית הדרג המדיני. צה"ל ערוך באופן מלא בהתקפה ובהגנה. אנחנו עוקבים אחר ההתפתחויות.
We're fully prepared when it comes to attacking and defense. Yeah.
מאיראן ושלוחיה באזור. אנחנו מקיימים הערכת מצב מתמשכת בעורף, ובשלב זה אין שינוי בהנחיות פיקוד העורף.
For now, there are any new, like, we can continue our lives as is.
יש להמשיך לגלות דריכות וערנות ולהישמע להנחיות פיקוד העורף. אני אהיה כאן לעדכן אתכם בכל ההתפתחויות ככל שידרש ובאופן מיידי.
I'll be here to update you what's going on. Okay, let's see. All right. Oh, this is from Iran. Let's see anything. Where is this? Where is something? There is nothing. Where is the video? That's so weird.
میاد؟
آره
اومد؟
آره
That's
فرودگاه امام ساعت 2:50 صبح.
I don't know what they're saying. It feels like a bunch of random
اینجا
videos.
سمت پالایشگاه خبری نیست خدا رو شکر. ساعت
What are they even saying?
2:30 امن و امان.
I don't know. So there is fire after the attack. I don't know. It's so random. They almost look photoshopped in this photo. They might not really be in the... Yeah, it looks like they're photoshopped. You guys. Yeah, all the flights have been avoiding Iran tonight, except for our planes. Smelly American. Just thank you for your support, Joshua. Wait, why doesn't it appear? Come on, appear. Here. Smelly American here. Do you think that the American people don't smell as much as their administration, I must say. I think a lot of the things like the administration, the United States, they could have been way worse if it wasn't for the American people. It's like they're embarrassed by how awful they are. And the worst thing is like people who don't even know like how awful they were because nobody bothers teaching that anymore. Do you think that mandatory service like you guys have in Israel and the Swiss and Singaporeans have, is it a good thing or just a necessary thing? I don't know if it's like I think it's too much for the American economy. For example, it's too big of a country for everyone to serve. I don't know. It's like, is it just there are good things about it, there are bad things about it. I mean, being in the army is not fun. I don't know, you guys. It's I don't know if people romanticize it or something. It sucks. It really sucks. Like even when I was in like I did intelligence service and I had to study we had like from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. we were like studying basically from dawn till we lose our soul, and it's like you have to wake up every morning and clean. Like it's awful. You clean toilets, you clean. One time I fell into I was in the kitchen duty and I fell into the drain, my whole I was lucky because like my leg fell straight down, so it's like ugh. So I don't know, it's like it sucks. So military service is not fun. It sucks, it's bad, it's awful. I have nothing. It's like when my sister got enlisted and she was like, what's the and I told her the truth and she got mad at me. She was like, at least say it's not that bad and I'll discover it's bad later. And I'm like, why? It's gonna suck, I promise. It doesn't matter what you do, it's gonna suck. But there are a lot of things like I can do what I do now also thanks to my military service. There are things that you're getting when you do them you can never get anywhere else. So as on a personal on a feel good basis, it doesn't feel good. But you know what? Maybe also my having a degree from university was not too much fun, to be honest. It wasn't like an American college. I also had to study and it was hard, so I don't know. Join Rebecca Discord. Well, you guys wanna come on Discord maybe? But yeah. So what do I think about it? It builds character, to be honest. The problem also that a lot like without it, it's like people take everything for granted, and life is too good, But I don't know. I think there should be another way of getting the benefits of service without necessarily even in the Israeli army, as even though we're a small army, still there is a lot of cryptic unemployment, right? A lot of people just go there and it's not like they can do anything that is too useful. And then it's useless. It's like you waste your time. Everybody, it's like it's a difficult question. Yeah. Anyway, there is a explosion in Shiraz. Yeah. And now additional unconfirmed explosions are being reported in Shiraz, Iran. The different response in Iran will likely come in several waves.
آقا همین الان
Let's
شیراز
see.
یه صدای انفجار مهیبی اومد. نمیدونم چی بود، از چی بود، صدای بدی داشت.
Where's the explosion part?
نمیدونم علا خیلی ها، یعنی صداش وحشتناک بود. آقا همین الان شیراز
Yeah, but
صدای
like,
انفجار مهیبی
I
اومد.
don't see anything. Is it just me or what?
نمیدونم
Yeah, second wave beginning. Okay, interesting.
از چی بود.
Soon, amen. Let's see. Oh, IDF Defense Forces. Guess this is a good page to follow to see what's happening. Nisana Shana. Thank you for your support. Right now, our military is filled with people who are buying citizenship with military service. We used to have state guard like National Guard. Actually, in Israel, there is one community, the Hebrew Israelite communities, which are actually African Americans that have decided that they are the real Hebrews, and they moved to Israel, military community in Israel, and Israel tried to chase them around, get them out of the country. And it was pretty difficult to do until they got to agreement that if that they're gonna get citizenship for army service. So, but yeah, I guess it is a bit problematic. There are a lot of people who are willing to come and serve in any army in the world as long as you pay them. Or give them citizenship in a country that is, yeah, in a good country, I guess they. All right. The Chief General Staff, Herzi Halevi, is currently commanding the strike on Iran from Israeli Air Force Underground Command Center in Cape Rabin, the Kiryat. That's not very interesting. Okay, I guess they're not that responsive. I think there was a rumor on Twitter that the Lebanese or somebody managed to get Herzi Halevi. Yeah, we're like, oh, we eliminated the chief of staff of Israel, and people are like, why? Yeah, well, now he's commanding on airstrike on Iran, so I guess that was fake news. Okay, let's see if there are any. Oh my god. Did she read my mind? It's like from 42 seconds ago. Remember when everyone said Herzi Halevi got killed by Hezbollah? Well, here he is. I just said that. Look, it's like 42 seconds ago. Guess I'm not the only one. Yeah, this started against. All right. Strategic points in Shiraz are being targeted in the second wave. Let's see. Yeah, an Israeli. No, we are not attacking nuclear facilities or energy facilities in Iran. Which means we're gonna have to attack again. Really, seriously, like what a waste of an attack. It's like hundreds. It's 25 days after the ballistic attack on Israel. According to the New York Times, the explosions in Iran are next to an airport. People were flooding the streets. It's gonna take time when you really know what's going on, eh? I hope they do something that's interesting, because if it's seriously... Okay, I have to trust the system. Trust the system. And if I cannot trust the system, then I'm gonna... Tomorrow night I'll be like, in Kaplan, I'll be burning everything. I'll be like, if we cannot burn Iran, at least let's burn Israel. This is 3 a.m. thoughts. What are you guys saying? I don't speak Persian. Okay, let's see what's going on. I wonder, okay. Let me, you know what? Do you guys want to go on Discord? Does anyone here want to go on Discord? Let me know. Somebody asking what's going on. Israel is attacking military targets in Iran. Not nukes and not oil fields, unfortunately. But it's okay. C'est la vie. And it's the Shah's birthday, so that's... I guess he's getting a birthday present. There also seem to be explosions in Syria. Shane Shannon. I'm learning the Hebrew months. Which one is your favorite? Oh, that's a... I mean... מי שבא אדר מרבים בשמחה, no? You must celebrate Adar, so I guess Adar is kind of fun. But my birthday is in Cheshvan, which is known as Bitter Cheshvan. My month is called as a nickname. It has a nickname, Ma Cheshvan, Bitter Cheshvan. That's my birthday month, which makes it less bitter, but it has no celebration, so it's called. Why am I awake at 4 a.m.? Because actually, as you can tell, I almost said it in Hebrew, what I was about to say now. I'm barely awake. I have no idea. I just saw that Israel is attacking Iran, and I was like, let me go live, because I confused the days. I don't know, but just because I was awake, and now I'm thinking why. Why no nukes or oil targets? Because the Americans, who also licked the planned attack, had vetoed the nukes and oil facilities because they suck, to be honest. I guess in a just world, in a world where things had to be done in a just way, it would be the Americans themselves that would attack the nuclear facilities of Iran that they had basically nurtured into existence. And including, they also nurtured the Ayatollahs into existence. I think if you if you give birth to stuff, at least take care, do your due diligence, discipline it when it needs. Also get rid of the nukes. Shana, certain. It's bittersweet. You're at the celebration. Also, does it mean you're a Scorpio? Yes, I'm a Scorpio. Don't really believe that stuff, but it's fun to know. Yeah, I know it is fun. Michael Feldman, being up at 4 a.m. is worth something. I mean, yeah, I guess it turned into 4 a.m. It's 3:30. Okay, I'm not the only Israeli that's awake. At least that. מה חשבן זה לא כאילו אדון חשבן. Somebody. Okay, bitter and Mr. sounds similar. So it's like, oh my god. Yeah. It is bitter חשבן, not Mr. חשבן. My country, Iran, is to get free from Islamic occupiers. Amen. Really hope so. Wait, I wanted to open the... Okay, it's still slow, so slow. I'm opening the Discord so I can chat with y'all guys. Anyway. Another video. Okay. Let's see what it is.
اینجا نیاوران ساعت 3:40 صبح صدای جنگنده.
Oh, you guys are saying that Trump is... Let me open it. Let's do it. Let's see what Trump is saying. I mean, can you believe that Iran is targeting an American president like they're trying to assassinate him and the United States doesn't declare war on Iran? What the heck? I mean, you know what the problem is? Like, that... What's the point if America is gonna act the same way the same way China and Russia do? Then what's the point? Like, what makes America America? Nothing. Basically nothing. Okay, let's see. People are saying. Is it live somewhere, the Joe Rogan? Oh, I probably don't have access to it, right? Or is it, where can I get, do you guys know where I can see it? The, there is telephone home, emergency space. Israel needs to stop listening to America. It would have been easier if America didn't have radars all over the Middle East. When America was not in the area, when they didn't have their bases everywhere in Iraq and stuff, then it would have been possible. But right now, the United States is like there was the risk that the Americans would attack Israel without, that's the risk. It's not like what it used to be when Israel attacked the Iraqi nukes, for example. They're literally there, and I don't know if Israel trusts the United States enough not to attack it. I'm seriously don't know if it's trusted enough. It has to play, unless we find a way to go and go around this. Yeah, I don't see that Joe Rogan. I don't think I can see it live. Why is the Discord decided to download right now instead of... I want to talk to you. Okay. And Shana. Shana, thank you so much. I found out the cutest language thing today. In South Wales dialect, the name for grandfather literally means beloved father. Oh, very cute. I mean, for sure, it's the beloved father. Investor, thank you for giving a membership as a present. It's the father. It's like it's the best. It's like the father that gives you gifts, without the discipline part. They just like the good, only love part. Yes. I mean, depends on the family. Okay, let me see what people are sending on Telegram. Yep, not so much. And there are also attacks in Lebanon in parallel, I guess. All right, don't see much. Oh, yeah. There is also, it says there is also a cyber attack by an Israeli cyber group. Okay. Brandon, what kind of strikes would you have wanted to see? I want to see strikes that would bring down the Ayatollah's regime in Iran once and for all. This is the kind of strike I want to see. You see, I believe in. I don't want to compromise. I want it to be a real strike. You know, such a strike that the Ayatollahs just get wiped out. No more Ayatollahs. This is the future I'm seeing. You know, I want a world where Iran and Iranians can be used not to chase women down the streets because they have some hair showing, but maybe something more, I don't know, more productive for humanity in general. No, IRGC just shuts off the internet every time something goes wrong on protests too. Yeah. I wonder if there was a plan to have Starlink available in Iran so that Ayatollahs wouldn't be able to do it. So I don't know where it stands, to be honest. Should we call Elon? Be like, hey, Elon, make sure Iran has internet. So we need Iran to have internet. But maybe we don't want Iran to have internet. Maybe we only want Iran to have internet starting tomorrow, because that can also be, I don't know, maybe we don't want them to be able to communicate too much right now. I don't know what's the plan. Yeah, cyber attack on the media throughout Iran. Oh. Starlink is available, but monthly fee. So, yeah, let's call Elon and say just open up Starlink. If there are protests, I think it can supply it for free, no? I mean, for the greater good of humanity. You can give up on the fee. But maybe, you know, it's a thing of timing, you know, maybe tomorrow would be the time, you know. It's right now we are attacking, and then at some point the Iranian people would have to continue and take over. So all right. Where is my Discord? Is this a joke? By the way, I also saw that Tommy Robinson got arrested, huh? Incredible. I saw this here. I heard UK sending agent to swing states to help progressive and our government is doing nothing about it. So very depressing. Marxism ruins everything. I won't be surprised. I heard from very, very credible sources that the British government is actively working to secure the safety of arch terrorists, meaning very high up there terrorists, because God knows why, probably because they're that corrupt. Yeah, so they're actually actively working to defend terrorists, and then they go ahead and arrest people like Tommy Robinson who dare to speak up. And it's funny, I bet if I was in the UK, I'd be like arrested for having conspiracy theories saying that UK government is working to secure and working to save the lives of arch terrorists and like people who are known terrorists for, I don't know, just the sake of it. But let me tell you something. I'm not being a conspiracy theorist. It comes from a very, very reliable source that Britain actually works with trying to save terrorists. So it's early in the morning. Lots of late night parties in Thailand right now, I'm sure. Yeah. Oh, you guys, I don't know why my Discord is not working. So annoying. How am I supposed to talk to you all? Maybe. I don't know. Can I do it on Telegram or something? How can I do it? What's up? Speaking of Tommy Robinson, does Rebecca actually know Martin Sellner from Austria? No, I don't know them. Who are they? Let me check. Martin Sellner. Okay. Far-right politician activist. I like him from the get-go. Far-right. Okay. Oh, so he had a connection for a shooter, so he might be real far-right. Whatever. What is this? So he's a neo-Nazi. Laura Stura. Wow. Can it be like a real far-right person? So what about him, anyway? What about him? I mean, it doesn't sound like Tommy Robinson at all. Tommy Robinson is... I never saw him do anything that I would actually say is far-right. Also, the far-right, like... the UK, really, you guys, you cannot speak freely at all. Like, you don't have freedom of speech at all. Like, not even minimal freedom of speech. It's crazy. Shana. Okay, maybe you know this, maybe you don't, but Celts have fairs. The Thai have land spirits. Arabs have a genie. Do you guys have anything like that? I mean, do we have anything like that? Spirits? I don't know. It's not very Jewish to believe in things like that, to be honest. But sometimes it gets like there are things that got into fashion from time to time, regardless of whatever Judaism thinks of it. You know, people are people. Just because Judaism is very inflexible about the fun stuff, it doesn't mean we don't have them from time to time, but I personally don't know. There are times that Judaism had a lot of mystical stuff. And to be honest, like personally, I think it's like, okay. Tommy Robinson is not far right. Tommy is just average working class dude and rather centrist politically. Yeah, 100%. The only thing like I heard that is a little bit conspiratory about him and his views is maybe his views on, I don't know, vaccines, but seriously, who cares? It's like, it doesn't matter anymore. Ruben, you, Shabbat Shalom, Iran, Rebecca, enjoy a cup of coffee. Thank you so much for your support, Ruben. Okay, I think it's like really late. Let me see if anything interesting happened. Oh my god, could it be that my Discord decided to work? Ta-da, ta-da, let's see. You know what? Can I tell you like a story? My parents told me that story about their American first impression. So when the curtain fell, you know, when the USSR had fallen, they had this event on TV, which my parents obviously were super excited to see what's behind the curtain. And they had a group of Russians and a group of Americans, and they just had written like they've prepared, like, and they were supposed to be like representatives of their country. And they had both groups prepared questions to ask each other. And here's what my parents told me, like they said like they watched and they were like so excited to see who are the people behind, like who are the other, who's on the other side. And they were like, you cannot imagine the immense disappointment we had when we realized that the Americans are incredibly stupid. And I said, like, they were like, you know, they had so much expectations from them, seeing like how advanced they are, like, and they asked them about philosophy, about literature, like things about their own culture, and they said like they didn't know anything. Their answers were stupid and shallow, and anything that was a bit philosophical, they were like, And that was their first impression, and I don't think the impression changed too much, to be honest. Xerxes Gamon, we Iranians stand with Israel. We stand with Iran. I mean, don't get me wrong, Americans, like they have strong foundation. That's why. And also, like, they're very lucky, to be honest. Because how do I say it? They have everything, geographically speaking, and those who started the country were very smart about it. But yeah, I mean, it's weird. It's weird when it comes to the United States. I also have the same impression when it comes to Australia. Where every Australian person I've met, I was like, how can this country be successful? And then I checked, I was like, okay, so although they just import all the jobs that, like, they bring people that could do the jobs that require education. But I don't know if that's a good, like, sustainable kind of way of making things happen. Oh my god. Okay. I am opening a stage now. Do you guys wanna join me on Discord? Wealth, resources, values are America's strength. Yeah, values go a long way. They do. And now that Americans are losing their values, like, that's very problematic. But they still have their advantage of having a very good geographical location, which is really the best you can get. You get both oceans, which is not to be taken for granted, but obviously, like, the founding, like, it's the 13 colonies didn't start having both oceans. They had to expand to have both oceans and Alaska and everything, so that they would have all the resources that they need. It's not by mistake, obviously. But yeah, I don't think there is. But even so, it's like, even South America, for example, even if they have both sides, the mountains in the middle are really high, like really, really high. So, and it's a much harder terrain to control. Yeah, but yes, sir. Yeah, if the United States starts acting like Europe, its premise becomes sort of pointless. It's not gonna act like Europe, okay? Because the Europe, it's not gonna be Europe, but it can be worse. It can be China. It can be Russia. Europe was like, Europe did what Europe did is because Europe doesn't have any natural resources. Europe has nothing, so everything had to be outsourced. When the Ottoman Empire had decided to block the Silk Road, then sugar, which was addictive, and I don't know what was a greater drive, having no gunpowder, that was sort of like the things that you make gunpowder from are sourced in the East. And sugar, you need a very particular climate for. I don't know which one was a bigger motivation when it came to European imperialism. But even Germany ran out of, and Japan, they have the same problem. They both ran out of resources, which they didn't have that many to begin with, and they were super industrialized. And they had egos, like, bigger than their bodies. So how embarrassing is that for the prideful Japanese and German people to have to trade with retarded countries like Russia and China for resources because they don't have them. I mean, a much better solution is to go and genocide all the Chinese and the Russians and get the resources instead, because there's obviously, how can it be like that? They don't have that, and who is more deserving than the Germans, really? And the Brits, of course, they were controlling the sea, so they had the Western Front. So yeah. Oh, let's see. I didn't share the platform yet. Is there audio? Let me share this. How do I share it? Copy link. Okay, copy link. Here, I'm on Discord if you guys want to join. I'm away. The United States does not have some rare earth metals, which Afghanistan has. What a coincidence. But yeah, still. I think if they'll be search hard enough, they might find some. So I don't think they can be Europe. I think they can be like they have everything they need. Like so because they have everything they need, they have all the natural resources. They might decide on a inner structure that is self-destructive instead of expanding outwards. I mean, there is a reason the Americans are isolationists, right? When they try to be isolationist, there is a reason for that. Okay, I'm letting people speak from Discord. Hello.
Hello. Rebecca, hello, audience.
Hello, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. Currently I'm living in peaceful America, and right before in one of the most peaceful periods with uninterrupted war in history. So yeah, I live in that country with the oceans separating us from the rest of the world, and the largest military in the history of mankind. So yeah, pretty secure.
Good for you. Now tell me, why is your country no good? Are you gonna vote for Trump?
Yes, in this case, yes.
Good. We can still be friends then. Summer Nail, welcome to Rebecca's Bosses Club. I know I'm supposed to be democratic, but I'm not gonna pretend. I don't think. All right. Tehran claims that nothing was hit. Interesting. Harris was updated on things on the attacks on Iran. Right.
I mean, if we're talking about, I think you were talking a bit about the commodities, yes?
No, I was saying that I don't know commodities. No, before I was saying that I know that in democracy, both you're supposed to be tolerant to both people, those who vote for communism and those who vote for not communism. But since America made its whole career on communism versus not communism, and they invaded, they had brought that premise to many countries, under the guise of where it's us or communism, and then Americans choose communism. I think that's kind of hurts.
Yeah, well, it'd
kind of like
it'd be like.
Why was I'm like, you know what? No, I'm not gonna tolerate it.
I mean,
sorry.
Who knows what Kamala is actually about? I mean, obviously, if you're talking about historically, her family and her relatives are communists.
And her before she had a media team.
For sure,
I'm not
right?
even sure she's sober, to be honest. She looks so.
Some people have a nervous laugh. I don't have a breathalyzer I can't put on her, so I can't say either way. But it's going to be it will be very, very disheartful if she somehow wins, or they type in the machine how many votes she gets. It all depends on who controls the machines at the end of the day.
Yeah.
How big of a deficit that it needs to cover on the machines.
Do you think
she's not.
Do you think they can fake the results? For real though?
They don't need. Okay, so it's a okay. So let's be honest. It's a computer system, and it's run by.
Still, but
Yeah,
I
that's the
mean,
word. Still.
I know they can
Yep.
technically. I mean, not like this. I'm not talking about the technical. I'm talking about like I can go to the next room and kill my neighbor, but that doesn't mean that I'll do it. It's not realistic. It's not gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? Just because you can
Right.
doesn't mean you
Okay.
will. I don't think they will.
Right. I mean, it's possible. It's improbable given how closely watched the U.S. elections are by bipartisan individuals and and independents are in the process. It's unlikely, but it is possible. Obviously, it's improbable, but it's it's a computer system at the end of the day, and it's not something that people count by hand anymore. It's counted on a computer, and all computers are susceptible to their administrators. Simple as that. Nothing hot or cold about that. It's just I'm not trying to fearmonger at all. I'm saying that we're use a computer system to count votes and to override votes, and those votes can be changed by the administrator if so chosen.
Can you check how many voted for who voted for whom in your where
Yes.
you are registered to vote?
Yes. Well, no. Currently, during early voting, we can't tell who voted for who. We can only tell who what party they're registered as. Like you're registered as a Democrat, Republican, or Independent. We only can tell who's voting. We can't tell who they voted for currently.
No, but can you not tell by location who voted, how many voted in that locations in certain? You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, we can tell. We can tell how many. Yes, we can tell how many people voted. Yes, and we can tell. And some states are allowing early voting before other states are. So we know who's early voting and who's not.
No, I mean in here I can go and check every neighborhood who they by neighborhood, by location who they voted for.
Sure, it's early voting, and I think it's early voting. It's it's a we just can't tell what the result is and what the distribution is between the people who are registered as Democrat and people who are registered as Republican and Independent. We'll we'll have a better idea closer to the election.
Okay, Carlos Rodriguez, thank you so much for your suggestion. Okay, wait 1 second. So Carlos saying, did you see my suggestion on Buy Me Coffee, or would YouTube penalize you? No, I just went and watched, and actually that's a really good suggestion. It's true. It's ask supporters to do it through Buy Me Coffee. When you're live, monitor Buy Me Coffee, acknowledge the supporters live. You're losing, I'm losing more than 25% on YouTube. You're right, that's a really good tip. Thank you so much, actually. Yeah. So, okay, I'm monitoring the Buy Me Coffee if you guys want to support me via Buy Me Coffee.
Yeah. It might be even helpful to say which platform gives you the best return on the donation.
I think Buy Me Coffee is a good one.
Yeah. I hear YouTube takes a larger slice of donations.
Oh my god, they take everything.
Yeah.
They take a lot. Yeah, they take a lot. Which also it's a bit frustrating sometimes, but thank you so much for your support, everybody. This work is a lot of work, and just if it weren't for you, I'd get yeah. So there are also some updates. There are also explosions that were heard in northern Iraq. Okay. Iran shuts its airspace. There is update. Israeli army, the attack is in its early stages and the goal of the first strikes is to disable Iranian defense system, followed by subsequent strikes. You guys, if I've realized, if I wasn't so confused from all the holidays and I realized it's still Friday, I'd be like, I don't think I would have gone live. I'm trying not to go live on Fridays and on holidays, trying to be a good Jew, but in my secret real life, I'm a bad Jew anyway, so I guess it's a public no. I got no shame though. I mean, a little bit of shame because I think it's a good thing for your soul to take a break from time to time, but still. All right.
I don't know. I think you do. I don't know. I don't know Judaism like that, but I figure that you're struggling with God in your own way. That's Jewy enough for me.
I'm not struggling with God. I'm struggling with me and my awful habits.
Well then, go ahead. Shame yourself all you want. I don't know.
But it just happens that God's supposed interest and my interest align sometimes, most of the time, to be honest. This is why I like Judaism. Otherwise, if it was like, if our interests weren't aligning, I'd be ditching that group. Be like, that's in for me. I mean, sounds very selfish, right?
You should have a philosophy that's selfish, or at least personally empathetic.
It's not. I just think that I don't believe that anything else could happen. That is, like, I mean, it depends on how deeply your thought is, but yeah, I don't want a God that tells me to sacrifice myself for Muhammad, for example.
Oh, right. That's not an empathetic belief, though. It's not personally empathetic towards yourself. So clearly, that's.
I mean, it might have been if I could have used it like the way some people use it to make money, but yeah,
I mean, but
me.
clearly they don't hold that belief. They just are capitalizing on the sheeple.
All right, let's see if there's anything interesting.
Yeah, I'm saying the same thing you're saying. The last update was Harris being briefed on what's happening in Iran.
Oh, guess I'll go to sleep now and we're gonna find out in the morning.
I'm sure you all heard about all the protests that were planned today outside of U.S. embassies and Israeli embassies and stuff like that.
No, I haven't.
But
actually, what?
It was a U.S. terror alert. It was a U.S. terror alert that went out because there was a planned protest on government facilities. So it was like a.
Really? Where?
But I guess the CIA thought, or they thought they had something.
Really? I think they're evacuating all the Jews and Israelis from Sri Lanka because there is a real threat for a terrorist attack.
Okay.
Which is incredible. Every time it's like, all the Jews, because Jews are fair game. It's not even fair. You don't even have to be Israeli. You just have to be a Jew. Okay, Iran closed their airspace. That's it? That's all what's happening? Nothing? I guess tomorrow we're gonna know.
Yeah, in the pictures that you were showing earlier, I think some guy was being walked off a plane and was recording himself being walked off the plane and loaded on a bus to head back to the airport. But beyond that, yeah. Flights are being closed because they fear missile fire.
Right, I have a message from Hamid Papi. I gotta love this name. Hi, Papi. Tehran is at peace. All videos are fake. I'm from Tehran. Do you live next to military facilities, Hamid Papi? I mean, it's I guess Iran is a big country, which makes it unfair. When Iran was attacking Israel, it's like you have all those ballistic missiles targeting like my, I don't know, like my bathroom, basically, like a very small place. So it looks very, woo. But Iran is very big, so it's not the same. It's not the same. We don't get the same impression. It says that the sound on Discord went quiet. No, it's not only you, it's everybody. I don't hear anything. All by myself. All right, you guys. Oh, you guys are educating Papi. Normal Sandeep Singh Banjwa. Normal armies of democratic countries do not hit the civilians' areas. On the contrary, regimes that support terrorism only hit civilians. Yeah, and they're allowed to do it. If you are a terrorist government, then you have the full support of the United States to kill some Jews. But to be honest, the United States really doesn't like Jews. That's my conclusion after studying for the videos I'm making now. I was like, oh crap. Like, the more I learn, the more disappointed I get.
Like, you mean the administration, for the most part?
I don't know, administration, the workers, even after the World War II, when Jews were in refugee camps, then America was giving out like visas, like, permits. And even then, after the Holocaust, between 1945 and July 1st, 1948, they discriminated against Jews. Like, they wouldn't give them as many permits as they would give other groups to move to the United States. And they had nowhere to go. They were literally living in just camps. And they had to be separate from others because they were getting attacked by the camp guards and the camp inhabitants, so they had to be kept separately, and they were discriminated against when it came to actually getting permits to move. And at the time that America, and then Truman was like, okay, that cannot continue. He had to he fought for it kind of personally, and he passed a law on July 1st, 1948 to give 80,000 permits to Jews. And that was already after the establishment of the State of Israel. Like,
yes,
there was absolutely nothing like, and the Americans were actively, they were doing everything they could to basically set the ground for Israel to get annihilated. Which, like, the more I saw it, the more I couldn't, like, like, I knew it, but like actually seeing it, like how calculated it was, like that, like, it's unfathomable. Like, America that pretends to support Israel from day one was doing everything in its power without actually participating or in trying to make sure that Israel would get annihilated.
Well, we are talking about America in the late 1930s, early 1940s, right?
No, we're talking about America in 1948 when Israel was established.
Okay.
And it never changed. It was the same in the 60s, and it was the same it never changed. It was always like that. The only time that America was pro-Israel was under Trump. It was the only first and only time. really. Like, this is how anti-Semitic the governments were. Like, they were so anti-Semitic they would go against America's interest just because they hated the Jews so much.
That's an interesting take. I don't.
I'm not saying that
clearly
just because. I'm saying it because I read, like, I've been studying it.
researching it.
Yeah, researching it. I wish it wasn't like that. I don't know, maybe it's not anti-Semitism, maybe it's something else.
I think a big reason for the relationship now is
But just
it's
look at
con-
it now. It's like
it's
Jews are
convenient.
not even being protected. It was always convenient. Israel was the last choice, and for like America cooperate with Israel because they found themselves in this situation where they literally had no other choice. Like, they tried anything, and they tried to get themselves out of that out of this arrangement like a million times, like every time they could, and there was never an opening that lasted more than 5 minutes for them to actually exit. So, and now you can see, like,
Sure.
Jews are not Biden, like, except for like some who was it, like some individuals
So you
from the
say
government, like, nothing is being done to protect
under
Jews that are being attacked
bes-
in universities. Absolutely
besides
nothing.
Truman and Trump, basically no other president or
So
administration has supported Israel.
Okay, so Truman is a funny story because he didn't really support Israel, nor was he really not a pro-Semite in any way or form. He was just a person with consciousness, basic consciousness. Like, it was too much for him.
But so you say he was neutral. You'd say he's neutral for Israel.
With not he wasn't neutral. If it wasn't for him, then the situation would have been worse. But he it's not like when he spoke about Israel or Jews, it was sounded like somebody was speaking about dogs, like very condescending, like very, you know what I'm saying, like, you Jews.
Yeah, you're less
Like,
than human beings.
exactly. But he had a consciousness. He was like, he had some amount. He was he had some integrity. Yeah, somebody saying in the comments that I think he described it perfectly. Wait, where is it?
What did they say? What did they say? It. I'm looking at comments.
Truman was a hard man, but he was an honest man. He'd been a soldier. Yeah, he was. Also, I think after his presidency, he didn't have any money. He was like, and America was found itself in a situation where they didn't secure a pension for somebody who was a president. So he had to, like, he lived very modestly. It was like a little bit embarrassing. So I think they changed the law because of him. It was like securing some sort of a decent life from somebody who actually was a president.
Okay. I mean, some people say he was supportive of Israel. He was one of the first presidents to acknowledge Israel.
I mean, what do you mean?
Some
He is the first.
people saying
Israel was established under his presidency.
under Trump. So.
Yeah.
And the United States acknowledged Israel as a country. It was one of the first countries to acknowledge it.
It was the first. Okay, so no, the first country to acknowledge Israel was the USSR. But the first president, like leader to acknowledge Israel was Truman. So America. So de facto, he was the first. He did it really fast. I think it like I heard it was like 11 minutes after Israel declared independence that Truman had recognized Israel de facto. But I think he did it because if he hadn't done it, then the State Department probably would have not allowed him to recognize Israel, and Israel was recognized by the United States a year after it was established. I think more than a year later, officially.
I mean, obviously it's not saying that, there was a loving relationship or even a positive one, but it was
It's not a positive one. It's not
it was morally the right thing to do for what Truman put forth as the president.
Hmm?
Look, I've lived in America. I've studied some American history, and a lot of times it's not a relationship. It's not a moral or loving
No,
relationship.
it's not moral. It's moral. It's business. But specifically with Israel,
it's about what you have. It's about what you have or where you have it.
Right.
And that's typically how we do it. It's like it's either you're in the right place or you have the right resources.
I don't think America is loyal to anyone, or to be honest. Here's the thing: is like, okay, so it's like,
it's
you know
always
what?
been
At
that
least,
way.
at least it's business.
Yeah, it's a business relationship. But America was founded on business.
The thing is, like, it's not even good business. That's the problem. If it was good, like if it was.
What do you mean it's like a business?
It means like America also does business in a bad way.
What do you mean? What business is in a bad way, as far as American interests are go?
And they're just. Let me see if there are any updates.
Well, sure. I think America, the American administration, has decided that Israel's their best, most friendly, non-aggressive community to be a partner with in the region, and could assist them in establishing a measure of stability in that region at the lowest possible cost, and one of the most highly contested trade routes in the world. So it's a great business because of the location. It's located in it's located near one of the most valuable trade routes in the world.
Yeah, but then they go ahead and lie about it. You know, that's maybe you as an American, like, you seem like it's clearly business, but I just feel like they lie about Israel, and that bothers me.
Yeah,
and they put Jews in danger in the United States, and they don't care. And they put us in danger, and they don't care. And then I was like, you know what? So what difference does it make? Like,
how do I say this? Yeah, I don't think they care. I think they care about how they look, though.
Yeah,
they care about how it looks. It's the difference between public relations and propaganda. No one likes to use the word propaganda.
No, it is propaganda, a lot of it.
Yeah.
Which is a little bit. So it's a bit sad, to be honest.
I think propaganda is necessary.
No,
especially
I
in
think
business.
so too. But when the propaganda and the business align, at least you can allow yourself to have the propaganda a little bit more true.
No, no. See, the essentially propaganda is when you take your knowledge and you create a false narrative on
Yeah.
why you're doing a particular action or why
No,
something
I
should
don't. I
be
think
supported.
propaganda can be positive too. Like it's not like you don't have it to. You don't have it to be a false narrative. You can have propaganda with a real narrative.
Well, I think propaganda is always a false narrative, but I think it can have a positive outcome when
I don't think
you're
propaganda
creating.
is always a false narrative.
Yeah, well, that's my opinion. I think propaganda is always a false
Let
narrative. It's
let
just
me check
it could be for the
propaganda.
right reasons or the wrong reasons.
Propaganda.
It just
Information, especially of biases, it is of misleading nature, used to promote or publish. Okay, so it is especially of biased and misleading nature. So it says, okay, so it has to be misleading,
yes,
or it
yes,
mostly is misleading. All
it
right, you
doesn't.
guys.
It basically it's not based on facts. It's based on a perception. It's not based on
Right.
actual facts. Like people who said Rebecca's the most beautiful woman in Israel. It's not based on facts because we have not polled every woman in Israel. But
Oh,
something
no,
nice
if
to
you.
say.
Oh, thank you. But if you ask my parents, then I can agree with you. Except I have two sisters, so maybe not. Okay. Michael Feldman. In fact, the Biden admin basically said a Jew isn't an American when they abandoned U.S. hostages. I guess they're not as important as Brittany Griner. Yeah, true. That was true. It's like, okay, those are Jewish hostages, so they're not. Nobody cares, like because even like
I
French,
agree.
British. No, they're
I agree.
Jewish.
There. I think there were 42 Americans involved in October 7th, and 12 are reported to have already died. 30 are unaccounted for. At least 28 are unaccounted for. I think 2 Americans got murdered with the 6.
Mm-hmm.
So, and those people aren't in the mainstream media at all. At all. Like there's not one story attached to them in the mainstream media. Everything is it's not a story. They're a non-story.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's propaganda too. When you obfuscate truths that normally would be relevant. Brittany Griner is not more important than 28 people, but
Who is
it was
Brittany
made to seem
Garner?
as if she was. Oh,
Who,
sorry. Brittany Griner was a US WNBA professional basketball player who was
mm-hmm.
traded for a Russian serial killer who traded guns and arms to various nations.
Oh,
And it became a priority to trade her in exchange for this this international criminal, arms dealer.
mm-hmm.
And it was in the news for weeks and weeks and weeks and months. This one single person who's in prison was covered, but not any of the hostages. They're not bringing their American stories to the forefront.
You mean that?
Not a single one. I mean,
Yeah.
sometimes families get. I think it just it didn't carry. It just didn't carry. And I could be wrong about this. Maybe they're like videos out there in the hometown where some of these individuals lived, but it's not in the mainstream media at all.
Yeah, crazy.
And that's just propaganda at work and how they spend money and dollars to put forth or obscure an agenda. The U.S. could definitely make it about themselves and definitely make it about the. This is easy to make a narrative about those dirty hostages.
Yes, that's the sad part. It's like when it comes to Jews and it comes to Israel, the United States does things that are against its own interest, just because. If it was like, if you know, that's what I'm like, it doesn't align. Like the interest of the United States when they and the interest of like Israel, like now right now a lot of propagandists for China, Russia, Iran is taking advantage of the fact that the US has been shit talking and dismissing and lying about Israel, and it's treating Jews the way it does, like they don't care about this American hostages because they're Jews. They have been using that to destroy America. They had been. Like, it's so easy. And even though it destroys America, like, it's not business anymore, It's like when it comes... If it was just pure business, it's one thing. But it's not even business anymore. It's beyond business. This is just evilness.
I would agree. Unfortunately, I would agree with that summation. It shows a lack of care for these American citizens who were captured and killed.
Yeah. Yeah.
The fact that, I mean, yes, the U.S. is aiding in some defense. Yes, the U.S. has finally sent troops. Yes, the U.S. is funding some of the war effort. Yes, the U.S. isn't directly interfering, but they've
They
been
are directly
criticizing
interfering. They are
Washington
directly.
every.
Don't for Israel,
Well,
there were military targets that the United States had removed from the table. Military targets as
oh
well.
yeah,
They
being
are
Rafah, of
directly,
course.
no, I mean in Iran right now. They are directly interfering.
Oh, you mean like don't attack the nuclear sites type language?
No, even more than that, like even some military sites.
I mean
So,
that just
so,
means
so are they.
that just means attack. That just means that's like plausible deniability type of stuff. We're telling you that's where they are. It's like a you know don't think of a pink elephant in the room. We're asking you
What?
to do the opposite. We're asking you to do
No,
the opposite of what we tell you to do. Every
no,
time the U.S. blocks a target or a location, it's usually where the terrorists are.
I don't
So what I've
understand what,
noticed,
I don't know what to, I don't
like
understand.
like when they said the U.S. when they said don't attack southern
When
Gaza,
they
don't stay
do,
out of
no,
Raqqa.
they
Like that's
threaten.
where the terrorists are.
Yeah, exactly. Like, who are they helping?
Yeah, it's I've come
They're
to the
trying
conclusion it's just
to,
reverse psychology.
hmm?
They actually want plausible deniability, and they're asking you to not be blamed for the result.
No, it's beyond that. Like, it's way beyond that. It's not being blamed. First of all, it doesn't matter what you do. You're gonna get blamed anyway. Speaking as a Jew, doesn't matter. You might as well do it. But same with the United States. I like,
Well, yeah, if you're already the bad guy, then there's no narrative that's going to make you not the bad guy in this case.
oh, there is a new
If
video,
you're
let
the
me
United
show it.
States, it's like, okay, see this video.
Oh, interesting video.
Some people say the U.S. is interfering.
Yeah, yeah. Look.
Let me
This
go
is from
live. See
Tehran.
what you're saying.
Whoa. That's wow. Yeah, that's in Tehran. Sounds like fireworks a little bit. Anyway, guys, I think I'm gonna call it a night. Good night, everybody.
Good night. Good night.
Good night.